Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today there's a lot going on and I really want to give my full attention to these rifts, but I think we need to break this push up first. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm going to run forward and attack this army, this front army, who we might be able to damage. That is a real shame. That would have been a good time for a success. I think I'm going to run up and lightning strike the weaker of these two armies. And then turn around and see if we're allowed to throw Falco through the rift to play defense on the forge. Because it would be a real shame to lose Aarongrad while we're already losing this much money every turn.
Change is coming.
Gosh, I wish that assault had worked. I mean, it wouldn't have been all that much damage because it's a low level agent who doesn't have all of the skills. Okay, it'll give me a Pyrrhic victory and kill my entire army on the auto resolve. Can I? What's my seduce threshold is 2,000. Do they have anything here? Okay, so we could take some armored Kossars, and I think we will. We could take Kossovite dervishes instead. It probably makes more sense to do this. The Pyrrhic victory doesn't kill my flamers anymore. Okay, we'll do it manually. That's fine. We gotta chop this up, and then we can hopefully go and get things set up for us to gain our 4th soul, because wouldn't that be fun? Can Kostaltin by himself take Aarongrad from us? I don't know, maybe. But it's definitely less likely, at least. Plus, this will be a good opportunity for us to test the flamers, because I'm just I'm just very curious. And we know they don't get to shoot very many times, so we got to make them count. But it seems to be for quite a lot of damage, and it creates fire vulnerability, so, you know, they feed each other, which will be fun. So this army doesn't have any siege gear or anything. Range on these is 90, so longer than the range on our blue horrors, I believe, but pretty short in total.
Chaos Warriors!
Okay, let's create a set of you back here. Spear unit on this side, and then this army has a ton, an absolute ton of cavalry. Actually, y'all are pretty much where I want you. So I don't really know what my plan is against that. One unit of flamers on each side? Yeah, their missile strength is like fine. I don't know. And our group of armored Kossars who can just kind of like be in the way. And then we got our flyers, and we'll figure out what to do with them eventually. This is more or less a fine spot for you. Okay. Let's do it. They are in range already for the soul grinders, so not a bad start. Although, actually, I would prefer we focus on Ice Guard when possible.
Master of Sorcery!
Now, because their ranged is relatively poor, I think this is a fine time for an Infernal Gateway like... I want to have the opportunity to catch as many bodies as possible in this. Let's try it like here. Hopefully that's an appropriate amount of lead.
Changing way.
And there we go. We're changing some of these dudes into corpses. Yeah, that's doing fine work.
Skyways.
So that's kind of a weird setup. I guess we can just hold it for a while and do the fecundity eventually. It does seem like this is maybe an okay time to bring in the Chaos Furies and just try to like separate them even more. Their Lord is riding in alone in a way that I'm not really sure is a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the Chaos Furies right on the Streltsy here. Y'all shoot this nerd. You can probably just bail. Flamers are not tough and they're not good at safely receiving a charge. So I might have them fall back. I'd rather the pink Furies, the pink Horrors rather, take the charge. And yeah. Probably a good idea for y'all to fall back at this juncture as well.
The Feathered Lord.
Alright, Soul Grinder's getting the intercept. Wow, big initial hit. Is this like a good time to throw out some pink fire maybe? That's not usually what we do. Wait, where's our dude here? We should probably nuke their charge bonus before they actually make contact. That would seem to be the smart move. We can't get both sides. I'm gonna get this side instead. Because these ones are charging into halberds. They're not gonna get their charge bonus anyway. You lot need to get out of there. You two should focus on... Yeah, I think continue to focus on the Ice Guard. And we'll incidentally get a fair number of the Streltsy, probably. And... they're going to do a full envelopment with their cavalry. I'm actually going to run our cavalry like way out to the side then. I don't have any interest in taking shots from horses here. So let me... Ranged units on this side can go after these two. Ranged units on this side can go after that Griffin Legion. The Flamers probably have to fade in through our other troops over here. Yeah, this is a little annoying because, like, they are going to get to just completely wrap us up. This army does not have the infantry corps necessary to just eat a charge like this safely.
I move this chain. That is well. Chaos Warriors of Core. Rage and fury! Deceit is truth!
Actually, you know what? Just go kill them. You don't have to stand for that. Alright, so their lord is getting manhandled pretty good by the Soul Grinder. Not a big surprise there. Minotaurs got caught by the cavalry a little bit more than I would like. But that's fine. They can drop some damage here. As the melee are getting, like, what I want to do with my lord is join combat as their melee are getting engaged. You know what? Maybe focus more on this. Does this make sense? Should I have you going after these? I guess so. Alright, these Marauders stay strong. These Armored Kossars, yeah, do your best. Do your best, you're dead, it's intentional. And the Flamers of Tzeentch, this seems like a good time to just like hose down the opposing cavalry with fire, right? These heavy war sleds have a lot of HP per body. These warbear riders, somewhat less. But the sleds are going to cause us some problems for sure. Can we just get like any melee unit on them? Would be wonderful. And we're getting pretty close to being able to gateway again, but I might want to save magic for our hero's personal version of fecundity.
Yes!
Alright, they're in, they're fighting.
Slaves to darkness!
Okay, that stuff's going alright. Why is their lord not being murdered? I think it's probably time to start healing. So we could curse the leper somebody, but we might be better off just throwing down the abundance. Just like, what if my troops were invincible? We can nuke the melee attack at this point of an awful lot of units simultaneously too. Is maybe worth considering. I guess we don't have to worry too much about the Tsar Guard. On this side, it seems like they're getting shredded pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna do like this. We're gonna nuke a lot of attack. Minotaurs are having a pretty terrible time. I don't really want the Minotaurs fighting cavalry, but there's no options. Try to get out, I guess? Or like come back here and do this. Alright, so these units, it would be great if we could like reform and actually facing backwards. And same deal with you. If you could escape being meleeed by war sleds, I think that would be lovely. Can you cast this from like... Wait, what? If I'm trying to cast on the unit that has their flag right here, why on earth would the center of that unit be over there? Okay, get these ones. This game needs to get way better about representing the positions of units. Alright, go stop them from doing that. Cannot afford the overcast. Okay, it's going to be a second before we can get on that. Spears are doing okay. Because I think the overcast is 24. Don't be down there for the charge. Come down. Well, my plan was to come down after, but they kind of broke their charge off. Yeah, like right here. Just heal everybody. Drop on the Streltsy. Alright, our Lord is doing an okay job. So, a lot of our ranged units still have a lot of ammo because they haven't had much time to stand and shoot on account of infinite cavalry charges. I'm gonna put y'all in melee mode. Just go chop those Ice Guard. I don't care if it kills you. Just go try. The Hell Scourges are on the heavy war sleds. I'm gonna keep trying to get these Flamers to a safe place. You honestly should probably just finish off the Winged Lancers that are right next to you, but you we might need over here. You should also... Actually, sorry, you should come over here because we need to use your Locusts on the injured troops. There you go.
power.
Get through sensation. Make them scream.
We just kind of kept our cavalry out of the battle the whole time, and it's fine. It worked fine.
Hordes of chaos.
How are you all still in the battle? There we go. Jesus. Look at them. They're spooky. They got big crab claws. What happens with the crab claws? They shoot fire out of them, obviously. What else would they do? Okay, so we broke them down pretty solidly. Maybe took some damage in some funny places, but on the whole, that was not bad. So with Anton Torsky broken up, we're not going to be able to push, what's-his-face, Kastalton here. Yeah, we should fall back and heal. Fall back to a defensive position at the Forge of Souls and heal if they will let us. But also we should get a fair amount of money from this, which is something we need. We are hemorrhaging gold right now. Or sorry, favor. We are hemorrhaging favor. I'm not sure what the mechanics are of that being a representation of our status with the gods. The gods don't like it when your army is large. Question mark?
The ultimate of sensations.
Okay, we got a potion of healing. We got a Nurglish zealot inserted into our plague guy. Oh no! It's not actually going to let me go back to the gate. Well, then we will just run to here. I'm not going to stop in the settlement because I don't want my replenishment to stop if Kastalton decides to siege the settlement. And that does happen if you are inside of a settlement when it is being sieged. You do lose your healing. Hell yeah, immortality seems pretty great. Okay, we'll be in pretty good shape next turn to try this. So, I don't then feel safe sending Eglixus through the portal because I don't know for sure. Why don't you run over to this one? I don't know for sure that we'll be able to use Falco to play defense, and so I want to not commit Eglixus to anything just yet. He's just gonna sit for a turn.
Shatter ice as if it were skulls.
Yeah, nothing really we can do about that. The Grand Vomitus. I guess just sit. You're doing the right thing. Don't be in march mode, but aside from that, just sit. And that is everyone, I guess. Oy. All right. God, they have so many armies in the area too. It may well be the case that I have only just like bought us an extra turn or something. I'm not taking on another enemy for 500 favor. You are going to have to do better than that. Glory is of no value to us, so yeah, sure, I'll take some glittering scales. Those are fine. Kastalton tried to set an ambush. It did not work. That's interesting.
Change is coming.
And he's not that far away. We could probably do battle with him and then still make it to the portal. And I know I just said that, but My chance of success is so low it won't even let me try.
It is fate.
The thing is, like, we really... and beating him would be super good for us. Alright, I'm gonna go for it.
There exists.
Pyrrhic victory. You know, my whole army dies. Against him, we only have 1,700 for seducing, and I don't know why. Okay, we get to seduce no one. Well, let's fight the battle. So we certainly have the ability to do a lot of healing. This army being mostly infantry is actually going to make our lineup a little bit more effective, I think. This army is not as good at anti-cav stuff as Eglixus's army is. And in particular, our characters here are much more anti-infantry focused. They do have 2 cannons, though, which means we don't have, like, unquestioned ranged dominance. So they still have some cavalry, but this army is much, much heavier on the ranged. It's learning. It actually remembered our formation from last time, which is not a formation I really want to use this time. A thing we could do, probably want to back y'all up to even a little further back, maybe? Basically, like, the maximum distance we can be at while still getting to shoot into these units. And we probably want a much straighter defense force, because this is going to be much more of a, like, let's meet in the middle and rip each other in half kind of thing. Yeah, the Minotaurs and the Seekers can be kind of like off to the sides, and aside from that, we're just like... we're just hoping. What is the range on the cannon? 425. So... wait, where does it end? It goes all the way to the back of my deployment zone. Maybe it makes more sense to try to stack my units up in the trees then. We're not gonna be able to do that with everything, but the trees can provide a little bit of cover.
Northern barbarians.
Yeah.
Blade sword. Ready.
You all can be over here.
Lord of Change.
Then we have our flying units kind of like in positions where errant shots at the flying units don't hit everything else.
Expected.
It's just focus dead center, I guess.
Take out their eyes.
Okay, and step up a little bit for optimal range. Seems like the place. Hold on, let me change my mind here a little bit. Ah, homing fireball. Okay, it still missed. Maybe something more like here? Just kind of like units swirling around it. Let me... okay, they're all kind of heading this way. This is the spot.
Changing ways.
There we go, that's doing good damage.
A ritual answer. It serves my need.
What is the range on Glean? Wait, Gestalted is not a spellcaster? Are you sure? That doesn't seem right. they want to focus the cavalry on, or the artillery on our lord. That's actually excellent news. Just keep moving around. Okay, good dodge, good dodge. Well, I have been given another opportunity here to just gateway them as they approach, and I feel like we can do some very significant damage with this. Fly this way so they don't stop moving, so that they continue to chase. But yeah, that feels pretty all right. We should have you probably fall back at this point. Yeah, the real fighting is gonna start any second now. Keep an eye on these ones, make sure I remember that they're there. Looks like about the perfect amount of lead. Alright, well, our troops are about to be revealed here. Having pulled Storm of Fire is definitely interesting. I might just throw it down out here and try to... This will, like, stifle their approach. It's hard to know how much damage it's actually going to deal, whether they'll, like, walk around it. But I think this is good. Yeah, so... Let's have these two units... Well, let's have this unit at least. Move forward and start barking fire. And you also do the same thing. You have to be careful because they're absolutely going to try to archer you. And I want to let them get a little bit more out of position, but we're definitely getting close to the time when the cavalry come out. We might want to just... You know what? I'm going to drop these units on the cannon crew. We'll see how they respond to that. But yeah, this may be archery. This may be archer consumption time. I don't really want to step out. I do want you to fall. Why are you up front like that? Doing a good job of drawing off a lot of enemies. Oh, I changed my mind. It is time for you to descend.
Chaos warriors of Thor.
Okay, good stuff. So the Soul Grinders of Nurgle probably can stop backing up now. Let's go for shots on you. Y'all do this. Yeah, it looks to me like this is relatively clear. They didn't really turn anything around. Do I want to take a bunch of damage to boost our Winds of Magic? I don't have my full shield up right now. We're getting to the part where it's about time to do some casting. Okay, you did actually make it in. That's good news. They're running away. That's less good. It's time to start fanning out the cav. I don't really know. I don't know what I want to do with the flamers. I'm so nervous of like winging them out to the side and having them just get body checked by heavy war sleds. And I do think that's what's going to happen. Maybe I should have you stalk and like run around the back. That's not a bad idea. Enemies have to get very close indeed to see you. Yeah, this way I can just like go right at their crew here. On this side, the flamers are absolutely getting charged by war sleds. Exactly what I was worried about. You get over here. Drop one of these first. There's no reason not to. As well as probably the first miasma of pestilence, first of many.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, those flamethrower projectiles are very impressive.
How
Why are so many of my units just... So many of these figures are not interested in their orders.
obey!
This is going splendidly. Wow, our lord is dealing damage. Oh, interesting. I was going to use the regen. But now that the pox is available, I think a pox right on Castalton so that it spreads in both directions, hits all of these units, it's gotta be the move. Castalton's on horseback, right? Yeah. Alright. Soul Grinder, go grind his soul up. That should be pretty straightforward. These dudes are basically dead already. Yeah, the war sleds got wrecked. War sleds do not respond well to damage of any kind. Y'all can shoot at that. And Buzzy over here. And we probably just want to run in. Is 21 enough for the overcast on this? It's not. I think it's 24. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And this. This is like exactly the moment when we want to drop you in. Come on, fire. What are y'all waiting for? Like, they just... Okay, there we go. There's something. That's not the unit you're supposed to be shooting at. That's really frustrating. And the Minotaurs run out here because apparently, like, we're getting stuck on stuff, I guess. Let's make sure all of the stuff in the middle is getting as much healing as we can give it. This is a personal heal, right? Yeah, probably don't need to jump on that. Why are you not murdering? Seekers. I hate to tell my Seekers to charge into glaives, but like I think that's probably where we're at here. Okay, I think they're done for. Why don't you just spray the backside here? Just flamethrowers all over the back of their infantry. Actually, that looks like a really good place to do that. As much as we do need help on this side. Can we... How many of the units of Pink Horrors can simply be extracted? I think that would be very good. These flamers are like... I think they're caught in... One of them is caught in melee and it's making the whole lot of them not responsive.
Festa. Paz.
Okay, that's working pretty well. Can't help but notice that you're not attacking. Actually, turn around and just eat these.
Do thy lips!
Okay, my poor, my poor, what do you call it? Halberds over here are having a heck of a time. They're winning, but they're taking a real beating doing it. Y'all go into melee mode and just fix this. Just run over there and eat those dudes. Okay, I think this is gonna solve it. We need another great big fleshy abundance. Doesn't everyone love hearing that? Yeah, the flamethrower projectiles are very cool to watch. It is for sure one of those things where it's like, I'm curious what the amount of friendly fire that deals is. Okay. I mean, we can go ahead and take it there. So, yeah, that's put us in kind of a rough spot. We definitely need some healing time, but it has broken the push on Erengrad. Hopefully in a semi-permanent fashion. That unit of Exalted Pink Horrors might be legitimately dead. But like we probably don't have time to mess with it. We probably have to get into goalie position if we're able to. Pretty good numbers on a lot of our units, though. The pink horrors aren't necessarily getting a ton done, but they're doing a really good job of like baiting the enemy cavalry. It seems like the AI sees pink horrors as just like, those are archers, treat them like archers, and it rides into them and then can't actually kill them quickly.
Slice our flesh apart! Yes!
Lord of Change!
Alright, so we maxed out our many-colored fires. Let's pick up Seer of Destiny, and then we still have a skill point. Leadership, speed, missile resistance for the horrors. Leadership, weapon strength. That's melee weapon strength, remember. And spell resistance up for the flamers. Let's go horrific advancement. And then next level will be Master of Fates, obviously. And you should finish Devastating Charge, which is appropriate. That charge is, at this point, completely devastating. And do I want your melee defense up, or... You're kind of a hunter. We're gonna have you hunting characters some amount.
Change is coming!
Okay, it will actually let me get to this now, so let's just go ahead and do that. We'll fall back. No? Okay, that's what I was afraid of.
Look upon me!
Well, I guess there's no reason to go into March mode.
This serves us both!
So they still have a fair number of units coming down this way. I think I'm going to have you fall back and actually close the portal then if we can't use it for anything. Yeah, glad I checked.
Furious momentum!
So... what is the deal here? Okay, this is the garden. Right, yeah, the land of the Plague Lord. This is the Blood God's domain. So the Forge of Souls is just this little bit here. I guess they probably they have to show up. So there are no neutral defenders or anything. That's interesting. So they have to show up here, and we just have to kill them when they do so. So all of a sudden, Fort Stragov is full of dudes. You don't really have a role to play here, I don't think. You just kind of stand there and wait. You should close stuff.
The ice come for you. Taste thy pleasure.
Okay, we'll close this behind. Next turn. It's not really awesome, but it is what it is, I guess.
Chill.
So we just need to be there when Goldtooth comes through. God, the Ice Court has so many units right now. We've done enough damage to their push, though, that I think we probably have bought ourselves some real time. Okay, the oracles are going to Slanish's place. We discovered this dude trying to lay an ambush right there for some reason. Okay, our heroes are back. And the enemies are still massing.
I'll freeze off your fingers.
Okay, so she's new. We might be able to get an assault off here. Alright, that is extremely good news.
An ice witch.
And it's still
bows
decent.
to no one.
Sorcerers win.
And then you try to move into the circle, but not too far. I'm going to move next to the settlement, but not into the settlement. Again, to avoid any siege shenanigans. Go into encampment mode so we get the proper healing, and we need to recruit a new unit to replace our lost guys. Do we want to try to pull... So the Exalted Flamer is a monster. It's a single figure unit. I did not realize. I thought it would just be an upgraded version of this thing. Well, I sort of want to grab that, honestly. I am real curious about it, but probably we should get something we can get in one turn. Yeah, let's be ready. Stand between the enemies and whatever, but what's going to happen here is Eglixus is going to use the portal, and then he's going to be standing there out of movement for one turn, and when he arrives, we have to kill him before he moves.
I was but a mortal.
Seems straightforward enough. All there really is to it is to be paying attention. I'm going to go ahead and close this now. We do not need this open.
Blood
Cran definitely needs to get down here and potentially be ready to fight.
Seeking.
Okay, the rifts are handled. So Vomitus isn't moving, and I guess that means we're done for the turn? My hope is that Falco's presence here will ward them off, but honestly, it may be the case that their entire faction is running toward Erengrad right now. And if that is the case, I don't really know what we could do about it.
Snowflakes. Water.
Scarbrand is attacking Kislev itself. I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool if that worked. It is a bummer that this is like... Eglixus has to be in position just doing nothing. Are we crashing? Is that... it did that thing where the sound drops out for a second and... Yep, that's a crash. Okay. Well... All right. Well, the same thing as last time happened again, where reloading the game did not fix it. It was crashing reproducibly on that end of turn sequence. So I had to do the same thing as last time, where I wound it back a couple of extra turns and played those turns slightly differently. And hey, here we are. We made it to turn 182. This time, at the beginning of turn 182, the Ice Court entered Tzeentch's realm, which is actually really bad news for us. There's not anything we can do about it necessarily, but yeah, that's pretty bad, because now they're going to get a head start on whatever's going on over there while we're just sitting here waiting. But like, if I didn't do this,
Once I was but a mortal.
man, if it turns out he's not even going to show up, I'm going to be very annoyed. You're at war with the Ice Court right now, right?
Come on.
Yes, these are at war enemies. Okay, well, good luck with that, friend. Falco managed to drive off some of the Ice Court armies. You can see they sort of moved around in a different way. There are still full-size armies moving toward us, but Falco's in okay shape. Next turn we'll be back at full strength. So I'm confident. I'm confident we can hold Erengrad, and Scarbrand is sieging Kislev and might presumably actually take it, and I'm starting to think that maybe the Kislevites have other things to worry about, so that's good news for us. Grand Vomitus, I don't know that I want to move necessarily. I guess the army left Fort Straghov, but there's an Ice Court army right there. Yeah, I think you're just going to stay put. So Vulpes can just go and attack someone. May as well. Gotta get you some XP. Hooray! Hooray for success. I do wish it wouldn't change my tab all the time. I had my units prioritize killing the enemy agents coming through the rifts rather than closing the rifts immediately this time. I have no idea if that is what made it work, but... okay, so you... that's right, that doesn't actually eat your movement. So what do I want you to do then? So you need lords to do those searches. I don't know, I guess come back over to the front. Alas is doing the same thing. And Cran can cross. I guess we don't have anything like terribly important to do this turn. Yeah, I guess we'll just get you over here and then we'll figure it out next turn. And with that, I think we are done. Things are getting a little scary on money. We may have to cut hero actions for a couple of turns here. Gosh, I hope that the Ice Court just gets murdered by, oh, hey. There's Castalton all of a sudden. Well. Not super happy about that. Didn't we just kill that dude? Nope. Vulpes' future sight was properly, like, dead? Yeah, like dead. Okay, well, it happens.
The God Bear's roar is imminent. Its power will open more rifts. Yet it is weaker than before.
Okay, concerning. Do I want to pull Cran back then? No, Cran can weaken this army. Gosh, we're low on money. Alright, hold on. I'm starting to wonder if we should just run through here and teleport toward the Forge of Soul, or because we can use these rifts to move to other rifts, right? So we can probably go from here to, yeah, it'll let us jump to a realm.
Demon Prince.
I wish I had any vision at all of Goldtooth. I wish I had any idea what he was doing. It does seem like the Ice Court armies are turning around. So why don't we step forward to the line here? We'll an ambush in the forest, and we'll raid for some income. I probably do want Vomitus's army to move. And let's, like... I guess I want to be right in front of the settlement. This is probably not going to work. But it might. And if it doesn't and Castalton attacks, I just flee to behind the tower and it's fine.
Let blood flow.
Alright, I am going to go for the weekend because I think we need it. I'm going to do both of them, but it's expensive. Alright.
Royals bow to no one.
Yeah, they're in an area of chaos corruption, but it's a friendly area. Maybe it wasn't even worth... Yeah, maybe that one wasn't even worth doing. This one. Definitely worth the attempt, even though it's not super likely to work. Okay, cool. Good. Excellent, actually. And...
Your pain. Let us soldier.
Okay, we can't keep this up for very long.
Once I achieve true God.
So there are preliminary notes for the first big post-launch patch already. It's not out yet, but they have told us sort of like the direction. And one of the changes that they're making is that if you attempt, after the patch, any force that makes an attempt on the Forge of Souls but fails to actually get it, loses all of their Demon Prince souls. That's pretty harsh, I think. There's probably an overcorrection, because that just means they lose, right? Like, they're out of the game. But it sure would be nice to not necessarily have to deal with them over and over again. You know, this isn't what I was thinking, but we should just sack Zoishank. That's money. Yeah, and Falco doesn't really have another play down here. Let's do that. It is going to be a decisive victory. They're not going to make me play for it, so I'm just not going to. Yeah. That's not bad, actually. So 3,400 for the actual battle itself, plus a sword of anti-heroes, which is not bad. Plus this.
Loss is ephemeral.
And then we can, in fact, just march back to friendly territory and get some replenishment. And we'll be almost good as new. Yeah, good stuff. Still nothing. Oh, hey, Iern, I'm assuming, is how that name is pronounced. Leveled up. So, gonna give him Wound Maker. Post charge, like him having that Plague Bearer charge enemy heroes is gonna be very powerful. Okay, Grand Vomitus's ambush did not get seen through. But that may just be because they weren't close enough to even attempt it. Wow, 2 successes in a row. That's very lucky. Yeah, this army is shredded. That is excellent, excellent news. Let's get to our prismatic plurality. And I'm starting to think maybe we don't need to be doing this defense thing. Maybe there's something more complicated going on here that I'm not grasping. Because, like, they do still have all their souls. That patch totally didn't happen yet. Well, I really would like the Ice Court not to get that other soul. I don't know exactly what we can do about it here. Okay, you know what? Some of the damage remained. This is not perfect, but it's worth going for.
Blood Reaper succeeds!
And there you go, Blood Reaper succeeds. What more can you say than that? Let's finish getting good at cleaving. I really thought that this was going to be a thing where, like, Greasus Goldtooth was going to go through that portal immediately. Because, like, why would they not, right? It makes a huge amount of sense. Okay. Your army was spotted before it could spring the ambush. Interesting that we're not allowed to use the garrison army as reinforcements. That absolutely should be happening. I guess decline attack. Oh, then they lightning striked us, so the battle happens anyway. Well, can I steal something from their army and make them kill it? No, because this army's got super low seduce value. Well, I have to tell you, I'm pretty annoyed about the fact that we didn't get that the settlement garrison wasn't going to show up to the battle. Should we do this manually? Because we definitely want to maximize damage, right? Yeah, I guess so. We're gonna lose. This is gonna hurt. But I think we should do it hand by hand here. Hand by hand? I don't have any idea what I was trying to express. You know what I mean. We should do it with our own hands so that we can try our level best to fuck this army up, to limit its ability to pressure the settlement. Castalton having lightning strike is a real bummer, though. I did not foresee. Okay, so our goal here is just to permanently kill any unit we can permanently kill, and to project lots of splashy damage into the healthy units. They're going to be coming at us. They have a lot of ranged units. Yeah, we're going to run these Exalted Plague Bearers up into the woods. We're going to make them come forward as much as we can. But, like, this is going to be bad. Okay. Everybody in the woods.
Early men of blade, seeking victims.
So you want to be firing at the fullest unit of melee that you can, or of infantry rather. You can. thing's a little on the slow side. It can probably deal some real damage, though. So... They kept all their ranged units out to this side, which is definitely interesting. I mean, not all their ranged units. Obviously, the army has a lot of units. We're not seeing everything here. They're keeping some stuff in safer positions. But I wonder if... I'm going to stay focused on this side as best I can. I'm actually going to have you run out this way. Plague toads jump around like that. Yeah, I think this is fine. You probably don't have to move anymore. Just go ahead and open fire. May be the case with y'all as well. Let's just get those entry plague grenades off as best we can. Yeah, this is gonna suck. This is gonna hurt. Oh, it's only an area spell when it's overcast. Interesting. We do have the ability to overcast it, we just can't afford it. Alright, now a big question. Do we throw the Chaos Furies over here to try to munch on these weakened units? I mean, they're still like, oh, they're not Ice Guard. These are Armored Kossars. Maybe. We could potentially have them... They could probably chop up these Horse Archers pretty good, except for the War Sleds that are guarding them. But I think I'll still have them try, just to lessen the amount of fire that's coming out here. Okay, now we can overcast and catch at least a fair number of their units with the minus melee attack part of this. Alright, the Great Unclean One is coming to be great and unclean. And you're gonna get... You'll get that flank figured out, don't you worry. Alright, we got good stuff in on the Warbears. Doing the best we can. Okay, that unit of cavalry is not doing too hot. Ugh. Hitting the tree now. You know what? This army's likely dead, but we'll do what damage we can on the way out. I actually got a surprising amount of damage in on the Horse Archers. I really thought that they were going to work harder to defend those, but they just do not care. The Great Unclean One... Yeah, stay in and chop up War Sleds. I'd like to really dramatically reduce the total number of bodies in this army if we can. Yeah, turn and fire at that. You should probably like try to make it out to here where you have an open shot there. And actually, you know what? Maybe I should pull the Soul Grinder back, and we have some real targets here. We get a couple of punches off, but we get to an open and yeah, start shooting.
I bring
Envelop. Don't let him get away. Kastalton's gonna be tough. Kastalton's gonna kill a lot of us. I'd love to keep my Plague Bearers doing most of the infantry fighting so that the Cornate Halberds can focus on more important things. So yeah, we're definitely gonna dump your melee attack. Can I not? Oh, sorry, this is the Great Unclean One spellcasting. You don't have Overcast. Right, get as many of them as we can. So yeah, we've got a war sled enveloped there. You probably need to just turn in and fight the big melee. And y'all did not follow orders at all. I'm sure they got stuck on something. Just do your best. I know there's a melee charge. Just try to get around it. There we go. So the totes have actually done an okay job here, holding the front basically by themselves. And very much, there you are. Very much lost sight of the Great Unclean One. We need to remedy that. Okay, let's get a focus in on that. We can probably kill this unit. Your line of fire is still clear, so I don't really want you to do anything. Having the Forsaken, like, we're probably not... Well, you know, I was saying we're probably not going to kill Castalton. He has taken a remarkable amount of damage very quickly. The combination of his lost melee attack plus the poison is making it really hard for him to deal meaningful damage to us. And that means that he does have to cope with an awful lot of swords coming at him. Part of the way that good shooting or good fighting heroes stay safe is they... Why are you guys running forward instead of shooting? You have a... Okay. You are not in melee mode. But fuck it. Kill this war sled if you can. Plague Bearers is doing very badly. Why are you sleepy? You definitely have work to be doing. I do wish we had some good spells here. This would be a really nice moment to just, like, lay some spells into these enemies. I think we can just monster them, though. Like, it's still a soul grinder. And it'll draw some attention. Okay, our Lord, I think, is getting Castaltoned a little bit right now. We need to... This is why I was trying to keep him focused on other stuff. Yeah, in particular, we got to keep the ranged units doing the thing that they're best at. The Great Unclean One needs to be punching Castalton in the back of the head as frequently as it is possible to do so. Okay. We're getting a little bit of leadership back. Beast. Yeah, there you go. Focus on the war sleds. Focus on the war sleds. The only person who should be fighting Castalton is the Great Unclean One. We are sadly well and truly out of magic. Yeah, okay, if you want to give me a reason to run the Great Unclean One out into your ranged, I'll do that. It does move a little bit slowly, though, doesn't it? And actually, Castalton's on horseback, right? Oh, never mind. I was going to say, so the Soul Grinder hitting him will be great, but we're used to Soul Grinders being anti-large because that's a Soul Grinder of Slaanesh specific thing. Okay, it looks like the battle's fallen apart here, but we actually did more damage than I thought we were going to. This went quite well, considering the, you know, the relative size of these armies and everything. Great Unclean One gets to smash a couple more bodies before he dies due to lack of resolve. I Actually, kill that. Can you finish that war sled off? That would be great. It doesn't have very much health left. 141. Just hit it one more time. Yeah. No, Great Unclean One, don't die. You're not alone. Aw. That's pretty good. That's very embarrassing for them. They lost a lot of units against that tiny, tiny force. The magic of a small expeditionary force plus a couple of reasonably leveled heroes. And think about it, if Kustaltin had not had Lightning Strike, it would simply have been impossible for him to attack the settlement. Now, as it is, we've done some great work here, but they do have another 20 stack coming up behind, and it's taken some hits, but I don't know. If we can keep doing the hero work, then presumably we'll be able to make the two armies together unable to attack the garrison at the Tower of Crack easily. One hopes. And with Grand Vomitus down, our income is going to rise considerably. So the play here might be recruit another half army at the Forbidden Citadel, and then run it down here and prevent them from sieging the tower. Because I have to imagine that's the move for them, right?
Once I achieve true godhood,
Nope. Not for free, certainly. Oh, our camera's all turned. We're viewing stuff from the west now. Terrible, terrible stuff. Alright, Grand Vomitus's ambush did fail. That's true. For some reason, that allowed Kustaltin to move through the settlement? That's cheating. Still nothing. We don't have any idea what's up with Goldtooth. Where's their stuff? Oh, actually, they're doing quite well. Hold on. They just assimilated. They just confederated. This might be their new confederated territory.
only immortal thing about you.
Yeah, they have eight settlements, or 11 settlements. They're strength rank 8. So I just have no idea where you are. Interestingly, their territory is kind of like spread out all over the place, and they don't... It's hard to know where I would even look to find Greasus Goldtooth. Huh. I'm so nervous that I'm gonna leave this area and he's just gonna show up immediately after. We may have to like make a move here, but probably these two halves of the episode sewn together. I think we're at an hour here, so I think this is going to be where we call it for today. And thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, I guess we're gonna just we're probably gonna have to go to the Tsinchian area and deal with the Ice Queen, right? We can't let her get that soul. I need to go get that soul, but it sucks a huge amount that there's no version of this where we get to there's no warning or anything. It's just like if Goldtooth decides to take the portal to the forge, it seems like it's just a single turn's action from there to do whatever it is you do at the forge. I don't know. This is a real bummer. When you come back next time tomorrow, we will do our best to live through it. And we'll see you then.